Good day, I'm Andrea Chisholm and this is your JIS News for Friday, November 15. Jamaica and Haiti have pledged to deepen cooperation in trade and investment, security, sport, agriculture, education and tourism, among other areas. The commitment came out of bilateral talks held between Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller and Haitian President Michel Martelly Thursday at the office of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Simpson Miller said Jamaica would continue to support Haiti in its development goals.
And we will explore together the greater opportunities for growth and development of both our countries.
Mais ce sont des dossiers qui certainement sur lesquels on s'est penché par le passé.
But these are certainly issues that were dealt with and had been discussed in the past.
Mais pour matérialiser nos rêves et arriver à des solutions.
The difference now is determination and the dynamic attitudes of both the Premier Minister of Jamaica and myself so that we can make these promises, these agreements become real.
Jamaica has offered 6 scholarships to the people of Haiti, 4 tenable at the Heart Trust NTA and 2 at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education case. The private sector is being encouraged to seek out investment opportunities in Haiti as Jamaica continues to help the Caribbean nation rebuild its economy.
The President as his delegation has indicated that there is significant capacity in the area of housing, in the area of agriculture, in the area of tourism for Jamaican interests to take advantage.
The Foreign Affairs State Minister was speaking with JIS News following a wreath-laying ceremony at the National Heroes Park on Thursday as part of activities to mark President Martelly's state visit. Wreaths were placed at the monuments dedicated to Simon Bolivar and Jamaica's first national hero, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Haiti assisted Simon Bolivar during his liberation struggles in South America. The Haitian president has been in Jamaica since Wednesday for a 3-day state visit. The United Nations has proposed that Jamaica be designated as its sub-regional logistics hub for humanitarian aid. Industry Minister Anthony Hilton says with Jamaica in the process of implementing the Global Logistics Hub, this is a timely development. The government's Logistics Hub initiative aims to take advantage of the anticipated increase in maritime activities from the expansion of the Panama Canal, scheduled for completion by 2015.
This designation will mean a strengthening of the logistics link between Jamaica and Panama, which has been designated the Regional Logistics Center for humanitarian assistance for the Americas in the provision of post-disaster humanitarian relief.
The minister was speaking on Wednesday at Advantum Tech Connect 2013 conference and exposition, which was centered around how shipping stakeholders can improve their businesses through the Logistics Hub initiative. $59.6 million has been set aside to replace and upgrade water supply mains serving several communities in St. Elizabeth. Speaking at the contract signing ceremony on Thursday, Minister of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change Robert Pickersgill said the project offered several benefits.
Will set the stage for the improvement of supply in terms of efficiency and reliability for over 3,000 customers, while minimizing non-revenue water and current water losses.
The project falls under the Rural Water Supply Limited program. It's being carried out by the National Water Commission through its K-Factor unit with designated contractors Sharecon Limited and Bacchus Works Limited. And finally, the Ministry of Education on Thursday launched the National Policy for the Reintegration of School-Age Mothers into the formal school system. The policy, which now makes it mandatory for schools to readmit or admit teenage mothers after they have given birth, has received bipartisan support. Portfolio Minister Reverend Ronald Thwaites says schools will no longer be able to shun teenage mothers.
That will be part of the guidelines and the mandate given to all board chairmen and board members and principals and teachers of schools. This is not optional anymore. Yes, this is government policy.
He adds that the implementation of the policy should be supplemented with a wholesome education program. The policy was developed with the support of the United Nations Population Fund. It's featured along with a program of the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation in the State of the World Report 2013 as a model for supporting and empowering adolescent mothers. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Thank you for watching.